Listen carefully. Maybe God isn't allowing you to be without a job. Maybe He's preventing you from staying trapped in a cycle that's draining you. Because while you keep trying to open more doors, God is trying to close some of them for good. And this isn't punishment. It's protection. This message isn't for everyone. It's for those who are tired of chasing, tired of trying to please systems that never give back, tired of working so hard and still living in fear. If this touched you, it wasn't by accident. Stay here. Maybe no one else knows, but you do. An empty refrigerator doesn't make noise, but it screams. It reminds you every single day that something isn't working. The nights have become far too long. You lie down exhausted, but your mind won't shut off. The bills run through your head one by one, and sleep just doesn't come. You've sent out more resumes than you can count. You believed in promises of callbacks that never came. You've heard we'll be in touch so many times that it stopped meaning anything. And every door that closes takes a little piece of your hope with it. Not because you're weak, but because the frustration keeps repeating. You try to stay strong during the day, but inside you feel a constant weight. Like you're always chasing something, and never arriving. And the worst part isn't even the lack of money. It's the quiet feeling of failure, as if the problem were you. If all of this sounds painfully familiar, let me tell you something before any solution. What you're feeling is real. Your pain is valid. And you are not alone. Now take a deep breath and listen closely. The problem isn't that you didn't try hard enough. The problem is that you were taught to depend on the wrong system. You did what they said would work. You studied. You worked. You pushed yourself. You woke up early. You went to bed late. And still, you're barely holding on. This isn't laziness. It's not lack of ability. And it's definitely not lack of worth. What exists is a modern form of slavery. Quieter than chains, but just as heavy. A system that convinces you that if you stop running, everything will fall apart. That your value is in your position. That your security depends on someone choosing you. And living like that is exhausting. It wears down the soul before it ever touches the body. When everything depends on the system, every delay becomes panic. Every no becomes desperation. But when you understand that the system was never the source, only a channel, something begins to change inside you. This new understanding doesn't accuse you. It frees you. Because if the problem isn't you, then there is a way out. And this truth isn't new. It appears over and over again in Scripture. Joseph didn't prosper because he had stability. He prospered in prison, forgotten by men, but aligned with God. Elijah didn't survive the drought because he had savings. He was sustained by ravens, in a way that defies all human logic. In the wilderness, the people had no salaries and no contracts. Yet bread fell from the sky every single day. Not before. Not after. Just enough. The widow of Zarephath had only her last handful of flour. But when she obeyed, the little became continual. Peter fished all night and caught nothing. It took just one word from Jesus. And the nets were so full they nearly broke. Abraham didn't follow a financial plan. He followed an instruction. And provision followed him. The pattern is clear. When God is the source, circumstances lose their authority. This isn't opinion. It's a principle that repeats itself. And principles do not fail. Now pay close attention, because here is the truth that changes everything. Your job was never the source. It was always just the channel. The source cannot fail, but channels can dry up, shift, or disappear. When you turn the channel into the source, every threat becomes panic. Every delay becomes fear. Every closed door becomes desperation. But when you understand that God is the source, something inside you relaxes. You still work. You still move. But you no longer run. Because those who know the source don't panic when the channel changes. This is why so many people live exhausted. It's not too much work. It's too much dependence. Dependence on a paycheck, on a boss, on a system that never promised to sustain you. When this truth settles in, fear begins to leave. You stop begging for opportunities and begin aligning with provision. Say this quietly to yourself right now. My job is a channel. God is the source. This phrase isn't motivation. It's liberation. If this made sense to you, do something simple right now. Write in the comments, "My source does not fail." Don't write it for me. Write it as a commitment to yourself. Now, if you can, say out loud wherever you are, "I don't depend only on what I can see." It may seem too simple, but small actions create powerful alignment. Every time you comment, declare, repeat, you stop being just a listener and become a participant. And there is power in movement. Don't ignore this thinking it's too small. This is how change begins, with small, conscious decisions. In a moment, I'll ask you to do something even simpler. And the more you allow yourself to participate, the more this message stops being just content and begins to become an experience. Now here's what you're going to do. It's not complicated. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require perfection. For 3 days, just 3, in the morning and before you go to sleep, you will declare the word out loud. Not as mechanical reading, but as agreement. Then you will close your eyes for a few seconds and visualize peace where tension exists today, provision where fear exists today. This is not empty imagination. It's internal alignment. Repetition is not to convince God. It's to reprogram you. For years you've repeated worries. Now you will repeat promises. 3 days are enough to break old mental cycles and make room for a new rhythm. Simple, accessible, possible. True faith never starts grand. It starts obedient. There is one verse that carries this entire principle within it. Psalm 34, verse 10. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. The lions represent strength, effort, competence. Even so, they sometimes lack. But those who seek the Lord do not live hostage to scarcity. This verse is not poetry. It's a covenant. For the next 3 days, declare it out loud. Personalize it. Make it yours. Even if everything says otherwise. Because every time you declare it, you anchor your faith to a fixed point. One verse, one truth, one direction. And anchors keep you from being carried away by fear. Now listen with maturity. You may not see everything change all at once, but something begins to move. Sometimes it's an unexpected call, a forgotten payment, a renegotiated debt. Sometimes it's favor, doors opening without logical explanation. And other times, the first change is internal. Anxiety decreases. The mind clears. Hope returns. And when that happens, you begin to notice opportunities that previously went unseen. This is not magic. It's alignment. Provision begins to find you because you stopped running from it. This was not entertainment. It was a calling. Now take your final action. Write in the comments, "Nothing will be lacking for me." When you write it, you're not just typing words. You're declaring direction. And if this message spoke to you, subscribe. Not because of the channel, but because your faith needs to be fed consistently. Declare this now if you can, out loud. Nothing will be lacking for me. You've been running for a long time. Now it's time to trust. The source has never failed, and it never will.